Yeah, what if I told you that this app right here, it contains the secret to you manifesting all the money that you want, but not just the money, like even like long life, love, blessings, all those things. This app contains all of that. Now, I'm telling you, I feel like you guys are going to start thinking I'm going crazy, but I actually feel like I finally found the secret for manifesting money effortlessly. And I'm truly talking about effortlessly. So in this video, I want you to truly have an open mind, because I'll be explaining to you, and I'll be taking some of these things, I'll show you them from the Quran itself, not just from like my own brain, but from the Quran itself. Because the whole idea is that the direction that you're facing, it actually matters. The direction that you're sleeping in actually matters. The direction that you study in, it actually matters. So the whole idea is behind this thing right here, which is magnetic fields, electromagnetic fields. So as you know, like the Earth, even though you guys know how I feel about glow and flat and all that stuff, but like the Earth, whatever it is, it has electromagnetic fields. So it has a North Pole and it has a South Pole. So if you look at magnets right here, right, there is a South Pole and then there is a North Pole. So if you put North and then South together, they attract, right? But then if you put North and North together, they repel, which basically means it's like opposites obviously attract. But it also means that if you look right here, like if you just have magnets open just like that, they're not just sitting, right? They're actually moving. So the current, the magnetic current, is actually moving. It's always like in movement. It's never actually still. This means that the entire Earth, it's never like still. It's never stopping. There's always movement. So there's always like this invisible energy around us that's always moving, and so it's moving in a certain direction. That's why even if you look at birds, for example, birds, how do they have like an internal GPS within them? Like during summer, they know where to go, and then during winter, they know exactly where to go, because this GPS is actually built in within them. So they're basically flowing within this electromagnetic field. So it's almost like someone is telling them, during winter, go this way. During summer, go this way. So all they gotta do is just like flow with the current. Now listen, a lot of you guys are gonna be like, Habibi, what are you talking about? This is just some nonsense. Look here, we already talked about how like there is an electromagnetic field of the heart, right? We talked about this, right? Thoughts and feelings, if you combine them together, they're gonna create like this entire electromagnetic field around you, which is why you'll see that if your thoughts plus feelings, like they combine together, they're gonna attract certain people in your life. They're gonna attract certain things in your life. So you, depending on your like thoughts and emotions, you're gonna be attracting certain people to you, because these people, they feel this field within you. So you know how it's like you walk into a room, and even if you don't even know the language, you can walk into a room and you'll feel it's like this room has a negative vibe, or this room has a positive vibe. How is that possible? It's because of this right here. Like the entire electromagnetic field of that room is negative or positive. So I'm telling all of this just because I'm trying to put in your brain that we humans are actually magnets, which means if you're facing a certain direction and you're working, and this direction is like a positive and good direction, then whatever you're doing when you're working, you're going to be receiving all the thoughts and all the feelings to actually do good in whatever thing you're doing. Now, the opposite is true. If you're working and you're facing a bad direction, you'll notice that whatever you do, even if you're trying to do, like you're doing everything right, whatever you do, nothing's going to be working. This is why here I told you it's like sleeping towards the north is bad. Now, we don't really know like the exact science behind why sleeping towards the north is bad, but I think it's that when you're sleeping towards the north, like obviously you have iron in your body, and it's like how are birds being guided by like this invisible thing within them to travel like during winter and during summer? It's because of the iron. The iron tells them it's like exactly where to go, because it's the iron itself, it gets attracted towards the north. Now, when you're sleeping like this, your body's like this. Think about it. It's like all the iron is going from all your body, is going all the way to your head. Now, usually that's why they say it's like if you sleep towards the north, like you'll always wake up disturbed, or you'll wake up with illness. Some people even go as far as like saying when you sleep towards the north, immediately you just die. Like even if you put babies and it's like you make them sleep towards the north, they're always going to be crying. But when you sleep towards like the west or the east, they say it's like the most comfortable position. Now what's funny is that I already told you, it's like even like the people of the cave, Ashab al-Kahf, like I told you, it's like Allah himself said that when they were sleeping, Allah was turning them towards the north and then towards the east. And I explained to you, it's like when it uses the word yamin, it's like it literally means south, and when Allah is saying shimal, it means north. Because again, it's like if you're just in the Arabic Peninsula, right, and then you're facing east, which is where the sun is coming out, like to your right is south, to your left is north. That's why there's a country at the south called Yemen, because Yemen means south. And then shimal means north. So then ashab al-kahf in the Quran, like the youth of the cave, Allah is saying that when they were sleeping, like they were sleeping for example, like this, right? So their head was facing either east or west, just because it says that Allah was turning them towards the north and then towards the east. So when they were sleeping like this could have been the north or the south. North and south, not north and east, north and south. And as a result, that's why they had the longest sleep in the entire Quran, 300 years. So Habibi, listen, think about this. Think of yourself as like a dish. And what I mean by a dish is this thing right here. Like, remember how back in the day when we used to have this dish in our house, we used to like rotate it this way and then this way just because we were trying to get signal for the TV? You're the exact same thing. So you facing this way or you facing this way or this way is going to start putting different thoughts and emotions within you. So if you're facing the right way, you're going to start getting the right thoughts. And then you'll notice that anything that you do is going to be good because you're coming to the work from a place of good thoughts and good emotions. And then if you face another way, you'll start to get different thoughts. And then you'll notice like anything that you do, even if it's perfect, it's never going to work out. Because again, you have an electromagnetic field within you. The earth has an electromagnetic field within it. The directions, they show you this electromagnetic field. That's why the compass, it always points to the north. It never points somewhere else. So think about this. If we usually say thoughts plus emotions, it creates this electromagnetic field within you. And even Joe Dispenza talked about that. It's like this, it creates this electromagnetic field within you. And then this field is going to start attracting certain things into your life. Well, don't you know, if you're sitting in meditation or prayer and you're facing a certain direction, it's going to be a lot easier to start to like visualize the thing that you want, attract the thing that you want, feel the good feelings that you want a lot easier. That is why when we pray, we're praying towards Al-Qibla, which is towards Mecca. And did you know, Habibi, that Mecca itself, like the Kaaba, has the strongest electromagnetic field in the entire earth. And those things were in Islam, like long before they even got discovered. Why do you think the men, when they go and do Umrah, why do you think they're supposed to like reveal the right hand? And then as they're walking, they reveal the right hand, and then it's like you're supposed to like put your hand out as soon as like you're about to like meet the black stone. Why do you think that is? First of all, the black stone has a very strong electromagnetic field within it. So when you're doing this, you're literally absorbing like all that positive energy, like the positive frequency, whatever you want to call it. And then on top of that, you're doing this with the right hand because the right hand is the receiver. That's why even the Prophet ﷺ, he said, eat with the yameen, eat with the right hand, because the right hand faces the good direction, which is the south. So listen, if you're trying to find the secret for manifesting money effortlessly, the very first thing you need to do is to clean this entire electromagnetic field within you. Like this field right here, you need to be cleaning it. And then how do you clean it? Well, once again, how is this field created? It's created by thoughts plus emotions equals your electromagnetic field, whatever it is. So if you're always having like negative thoughts and then it's like you're feeling guilt and shame and all that stuff, you'll notice that this electromagnetic field is going to become weak. So you can't really attract the things that you want. The opposite is going to happen. You're going to attract all the things that you don't want. Now, if this electromagnetic field is like strong, that's where you're going to start attracting all the things that you want, depending on your thoughts and your feelings. So I remember it's like when I went to Kaaba, like I told you, it's like the entire, like the Kaaba itself, it has a very strong electromagnetic field. Like when I went, and this has been proven by the way, but like when I went to Kaaba, you just feel like you get cleansed so much. Like you literally get cleansed from the inside. Like your entire energy, like your entire, you could say, aura gets cleansed. So it's literally almost like Allah left us this structure that we have in the world, where it's like anytime you're trying to clean your field, you just literally go here, clean the field, and then everybody that comes back, you'll notice that everybody that comes back, they always come back with like a fresh new energy. It's almost like they're like a reborn baby. Now, is the Kaaba is like the only direction that if you face, you'll start to see like more blessings coming into your life? Not really, to be honest. Because even before the Kaaba, directions were still on earth. They were still made. So it's like, what was the best direction? Well, what's so funny is that I actually mentioned this in the Discord. So I told people, this guy's like, I watched the latest video and took the initiative to change my bedding because it was facing north. And as you know, like I told you, like north equals death. It's not good to be facing north while you're asleep. He's like, so now it's facing east. And so, by the way, this is straight from the Quran. East is a good direction to face because it's going to give you ability and it's going to help you with destiny. Almost like make you live longer. Like I don't want to say make you live longer because like you don't know because you might die by an accident. But like if you don't die by an accident and you're sleeping with your head facing east, it's always going to be good. And then it's like, it's funny that most of us were sleeping in the wrong direction. He's like, my wife is calling me crazy. Muhammad is not really talking nonsense. I truly felt a huge difference when I sleep in the right direction. And this guy's like, me too. He truly changed major things in my life. He widened my perspective and all that stuff. I'm very grateful for that, man. But it's like, this whole knowledge about directions is so powerful. So listen, let me give you a golden tip. So if you're working right now, if you're working, and it's like you're working at a desk, if your desk is facing southeast, if it's facing southeast, you'll notice that anything that you do, it's almost like you're sitting where the direction that's flowing in front of you contains all the blessings in the world. So, and this is where I sit towards, by the way. So anytime I'm working right here, and it's like the direction I'm facing is southeast. So anytime I'm working, like I don't really have to try to do anything. It's almost like I'm sitting and all the blessings come to me, and all I have to do is just move my hands. That's it. So this thing about directions is so powerful. Now let's just say you're working and it's like you're facing southwest, not southeast, but southwest. Or for example, it's like northwest. What is that going to do to you? You'll notice like anything that you do, nothing's going to work out. So if you live in a house, by the way, if you live in a house where it's like the electromagnetic currents, it's only like open towards the north, Habibi, you just turned your house into a cemetery. Because if you look at it right here, like if you're facing only the north, you're never really seeing the sunlight coming into your house. But if you're facing, for example, like if you're living here and then it's like your house is facing south, like if it's facing south, the sunlight is always going to be in your house. The sunlight is always going to enter your house. But it's not just about the sunlight. Like even just like the direction of the north itself, it's even looked down upon in the Quran itself. So what I went and did is that I actually created like an entire course to teach you what are the best directions and what are the secrets behind all these directions. Because by the way, it's not just like 4 directions like north, south, east, and west. It's also like northwest, southeast, northeast, all those things. So I basically made a whole course to teach you the secret power behind all these directions, and then how can you use all these courses to become limitless. And then if you go through this course, and by the way, this course is going to become free for all Discord members. So if you're in the Discord, it's going to become free for you. But then it's like, if you're trying to go through this course, I'm already assuming that you know everything about how thoughts and emotions, they create your reality. And then I teach you exactly how to like use this formula of thoughts plus emotions, create your reality. Almost like I took that formula and literally 100x that formula for you. And then I'm assuming that you already know that the heart and earth are magnetic. Because like, remember, it's like the heart and then the earth, they literally have the same letters. It's just rearranged. And then I told you, it's like you already understand the whole thing about electromagnetic fields. Like you do know, it's like, if you look right here, you do know like the heart and the earth, they're both magnets. So when they say it's like you want to become like a money magnet, that thing is not just like figurative speech. That thing is actually real. You truly can become a money magnet. But it's not just about like thoughts and feelings. It is about thoughts and feelings, but it's like if you try to make it faster, if you face a certain direction, and then you go through this formula of thoughts and feelings, things are going to be working out a lot faster just because that's just the way Earth is made. That's just the way like these directions and this electromagnetic field is made. And by the way, just so you know, even when people do things like they do things like these, or it's like when they're sitting and then they do things like these, all of these things are like they do them because it's like they're trying to harness energy from this electromagnetic field. And you'll notice, by the way, if you, for example, do this, our Prophet ﷺ, he used to always like do this because even when you're sitting, it's like when you're praying, you always do this. There's a reason why we do it, by the way. But like if you do this and then you do it like this and you stay like this for like 5 minutes, you'll notice that you'll start getting different thoughts. You'll start getting relaxed thoughts just because this right here is the symbol of oneness. This is the symbol of La ilaha illallah. Like there's no God worthy of worship except Allah. But then take this and then if you do this, what does that mean? That literally means shirk. Like, why do you think this chode right here is doing this symbol exactly right here? Why do you think it's doing it? Because this right here is the symbol of shirk. This right here is the symbol of oneness. But how do we know, like, all of these things, like, what do they do and all that stuff? It's because of electromagnetic fields. And directions are based on electromagnetic fields. So once again, if you want to do things effortlessly, well, you gotta flow with the currents. Like imagine swimming upstream over a river. You can't really do that. You're gonna have to like basically put lots of effort to swim up the river. But then it's like when you flow with the river, you'll just go wherever the river takes you. So this knowledge is so beautiful. So if you want to get into this course, you can get into it. But like the knowledge behind directions, Habibi, it's so powerful. It truly shows you how it's like, yeah, there's like the whole stuff about like the law of attraction and all that stuff. But this takes it to like a whole new level.